wanted to talk to you specifically, Jasmine, about women in crypto, psychology, the perceptions, uh, the risks that you're taking, right?
Yeah, this is a topic obviously close to my heart, being a woman. But even when I first started, my biggest concern was, I'm a mom. I have a 2-year-old daughter. She was, I think, 6 months at the time when I really was diving deep. And I was like, there's a lot of risk if you don't learn how to be strategic, how to use risk management tools and all of your indicators properly. There can be a lot of risk.
Mm.
And that's why we never get financial advice. But
Mm.
it makes it scary to want to do something like that. We don't always have the luxury as maybe single moms or just women in general. Unfortunately, we still have that stigma where we might make less than some of our fellow coworkers that are the opposite gender. Um, so, we don't have the same luxury to say, I can just put this money in there and, hope that it'll be okay and it's not going to affect me as much. So it's really scary if you don't have the knowledge. And that's why I think it's really important to start reaching out and maybe creating communities of women for them to get educated. I think they could be a great players in the crypto universe because, sorry, men, I do think that sometimes we might make better educated guesses because I feel like we just don't get as emotional when trading. Although we like to see that money building, we have that, really hold on, I have to make sure that I'm going to be okay in the end. So we're not as
Mhm.
emotional. And that could really lead to, a lot of powerhouses in our gender if we get the knowledge we need. I actually thought of something funny last night at 3 in the morning when I couldn't sleep. How can we explain what crypto even is to women? I said, well, it's kind of like a handbag, let's say Louis Vuitton. They have a serial number and it's traceable to exactly which location it was made at, where it's been. You can usually track each owner it's had, just kind of like the blockchain. And it's almost the same concept of it's traceable, it's trackable, it has a specific number that's never going to change, and it can authenticate the validity of that asset of your Louis Vuitton purse. And so I thought that was funny. I was just thinking about that. And I'm like, that's a great way to maybe explain it to someone who might not understand if you use all these really, fancy terms like the blockchain technology that you can use the universe and you can go into this and that. Sometimes we do need to simplify it. It's something that once we have the knowledge, I think we hold a lot of power. So if you're a woman and you want to get into crypto, or some people, you want to get your wives into crypto, definitely educate them and, get them to get into this, because I think that not only will that drive more users and more pumps, of course, more people buying and trading crypto, but it will be a really great way to go away from just having a really male dominant community. I mean, I know there's some women crypto influencers, but I haven't seen many, that people are like, I watch her on a daily. Like, Coindesk or Coin Bureau. Like, nobody says, oh, I watch her on a daily, So I'd like to see somebody step up and really take over. So if you're listening and you're in this world,
Mhm.
I'm waiting.
Jasmine, the platform is yours. It's yours for the
I think
taking.
For
honestly,
Jazz
honestly,
Coin.
no, honestly, do you know Laura Shin?
Mhm.
Have you heard of Laura Shin? Yeah, I think she's is amazing, to be honest. She has a podcast as well called Unchained, that I listen to quite often, and she is an Ethereum OG. She's doing a lot in the space, and I know that, maybe the influencer scene might not be as big. I mean, I do know some. I know Crypto Wendy O is another big one as well. But you're right. As with most things, it is male dominated. But the gap is actually closing relative to most other industries. Gemini recently did a report last year on just general adoption, and In 2021, it was about 60%, 40%, uh, male, female. And 2022, it's closing. It's already 53%, 47%, and that's just in the US. In Latin America, actually, in Brazil, in particular, 45% of the crypto owners currently, and then in the future, 55% plan to be, according to this survey. And I know
Yeah.
they did a very large sample size across multiple countries, but I think particularly in the the NFT aspect, which is really a Trojan horse for crypto because it's bringing in a lot of people who never would have touched it. A lot of uh, a lot of people who run that and are like really influential in that space are women. Much better at creating communities and really yeah, I just feel like it's in the NFT side. If you look at World of Women, if you look at all of the different DAOs that pop up and how many women are heads of them, I definitely think that it's something that is improving compared to typical finance and typical male dominated things. But you know, I also, know that in terms of diversity, it's really reaching out to different populaces. Like 20%, I think it's somewhere between 15 and 20%, according to the survey in the U.S. Of Hispanic and Latino identifying people hold cryptos, and then it's between 9 and 17% for Black and African Americans. So I know compared to traditional finance numbers, that number is much more skewed. But I think a lot of people understand that it's something new and something exciting, and there are some built-in guarantees in that, in what it is, and that there isn't, uh, people have lost trust in a lot of systems that they thought were working for them, and they're willing to look at other things at least, and consider them.